Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medinah Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called the Margarita Mule. The ingredients for a Margarita Mule are 2 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce of rum. Oh, I didn't even know there was rum in there. 1 ounce of lime juice and or margarita mix, some ginger beer, a lime to garnish. And this is how you're going to make the Margarita Mule. You're going to add the vodka, the rum, the lime juice, or the margarita mix into a cocktail shaker filled with ice. Shake for about 5 to 10 seconds. Pour from the cocktail shaker into a copper mug filled with ice. Top with your favorite ginger beer and garnish with a lime and enjoy. Let me reach over and taste it real quick.
Yeah, just go ahead and grab your drink. I love a good Moscow Mule. I've never had a Margarita Mule. I thought something tastes a little different.
It's funny because, the rum is definitely, I can't taste rum.
Yeah, I taste the ginger beer. It's good.
I love ginger beer, and I love when a bartender puts when a restaurant has the copper cups.
Like, don't put mules on your menu if you don't have the mug. It's not a mule.
It doesn't taste the same if it's not in the copper mug. It's like, well, this is just vodka soda. But shout out to your tipsy homegirl for putting this drink together. It's amazing.
It is. I know I'm going to guzzle this right on down. Welcome back to CockTales Dirty Discussions, you guys.
Hey, y'all.
So how have you been since I saw you last night?
Sore.
Oh, sore?
I've been really sore, Kiki. And while I do love our new workout journeys, I really do. I love when you text me like, oh, I just worked out, or oh, I'm going to this class. And then I love it. I'm like, oh, girl, I just worked out. Even though I don't be smiling like that.
I know. In hindsight, we can. When we send a text, we can. But I be mad.
But mentally, it feels great. I be feeling great, and I just feel light on my toes. I feel like James Brown.
Oh, I don't know about all that. But I will say today, I was really annoyed because I've just been working on me, as always. I'm a work in progress. But I was mad because I did not make it to the gym at all today. And I was like, it wasn't like I was lounging or that I woke up late or anything. It was just so much to do. And then little things kept popping up, and I had an attitude. But I was like, well, ain't no point in me working out tonight because I know I'm about to be drinking.
Well, you did a double workout yesterday, so
I did.
Just carry it over.
And then tomorrow we're going to that class.
Oh, I forgot to sign up.
I told you to sign up right then.
But see, here's what be happening when changes happen in my schedule. Like,
you can cancel it.
I can't cancel having my nephew.
No, you can cancel the workout class.
Oh, but look at God. Because listen, he knew not to have me sign up because I got my nephew. He's spending the night, and I'm about to have him for the rest of the week.
You see,
can't bring him to the workout class, but I'm still gonna work out. I'll send you a video of me working out.
Okay, you could just say that you worked out unless you just want to send a video.
Okay, yeah, because I don't want to send a video. I'll be looking ugly working out.
Yeah, me too. I'll be in there, and it's stinky. Ew. Yeah, y'all, we've been working out. If you are not a member of our Patreon, you have got to sign up. So in July, we did a in-person thing with our patrons. We brought Tyomi Morgan, and she did like a smaller version of her cowgirl workout with us. And so we invited the patrons. People came, and we even had wine. Now, we are not the best fitness girls because we had wine after the workout.
I didn't realize it was going to be such a workout.
She kept saying that even when she was on the episode, and I was hoping that she was just being dramatic and it was more of like a dance, sensual dance type class. No, it's a real workout. Like think it's leg day. Lots of squats and hip movements, and the only thing that was
rolling
missing,
down to the tip of your chin.
We were on yoga mats and chairs. When we got on the mat, y'all, I was sweating and I was slipping and sliding on my mat. And I was like, I should have brought my little weight lifting gloves so I would have some grip. I
had knee pads on.
Yeah.
She was basically teaching us how to ride dick. I mean, I already know, but it's always fun to learn some new tricks.
Yeah, it's fun to learn new tricks and really look at yourself in the mirror, because I don't be practicing at home alone. I mean, I see the videos of me having sex, but that's like it.
Another thing that's really cool about her classes, and I told her this, like, it's a workout. It is, but we don't want to scare y'all away. You want to keep going in the workout because it's so sexy.
And it's not an intimidating type of workout. Like many of us were stopping. Everybody was on a different fitness level, but she had modifications for us, just like on the old school fitness DVDs.
Just like when you're actually riding dick, you might not be able to stay on your knees that long.
Okay, I know I can't.
Yeah,
and I
you
need
might
to
do.
grip, and I'm gonna have to readjust my grip in different ways. It's gonna be up high, down low. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna tuck and roll and lay down. Now it's your turn. Back to where I like it. Anyway, it was a good time. So you guys sign up for Patreon. You can see the video there if it's out yet. It probably will be. And then also we might do future things with you guys, and we just want you to know about it. So sign up.
Yeah. What you been up to?
Aside from working out, you know, the boring things of life, I've been working with my sister on some things. She is
Love that little sisterly love.
she is trying to start a new project. So I've been trying to help her, and that's exciting because I really like helping people when they say, oh, I have an idea. It's like, okay, well, are you open to help? Yes. Okay, well, tell me about it. And I just love being able to help people and say, oh, try this, or maybe you should do this, or do you know this? Doing all of that. That's been great. And then the book club has been fun too. I think I mentioned on a previous episode, we had our first in-person like get-together thing.
How'd it go?
Very
Where'd y'all
intimate.
go?
We went to Taste Wine Bar. I think it's called Taste Wine Bar.
Is it in Buckhead?
Marketplace? No. It's where is it? It
I
is
feel like
at
I've driven by it.
It's at the Works at Chattahoochee Food Works. It's over
Okay.
there, so it's in the middle of a strip, and it's they do wine tasting, or they have wine. It's a wine bar, but it's like on a fountain, and so you come in, you sign up, they give you a little card, almost like a debit card. You swipe your card, they give you that card, and then you take a glass, and so you go to the different wines, and you're able to select the size of your pour, and it's self-serve, and then they have like light bites, they have charcuterie. Probably some salad or something like that. And then they have a shop in the back where you can buy it. And it's open, like communal tables, and they have a little patio seating. It's right across from Fox Brothers Barbecue. So sometimes I go over there and get a little rib. But, you know,
I just envisioned you sneaking over to the side, like, I'll be right back, y'all. I'm going to get a little rib.
Yeah.
Coming back, sucking your fingers.
But we ended up leaving there, and then we went to a place over there. I think it's called The Forum. It's pretty new. It's like a cocktail bar. It's super cute, perfect for a date night.
Is this near the new game center where they also give you a little card and you swipe
What
it through?
game center?
It's like
Your Third Spot?
Your third spot. Is it
It's
over
in that
there?
same thing. That's
okay.
the Works.
That's
Yeah.
why I've seen it. Okay.
It's over there, and we went there to check it out. They're brand new, so they still have some work to do. I would definitely go there for cocktails, but maybe not for food. I would eat first. But doing that, and then just trying to find like a lot of things that I love revolve around food. So I have been trying to find new things and new activities, classes, and all of that that have nothing to do with food. It's sad, but it's like, well, bitch,
Why is it sad?
because I love eating and I just want to go to all the food classes. But I'm like, bitch, how big do you want to be? So, you know, I've been trying different things. So I have signed up for a perfume class that's coming up. And then I was also, one of my friends can't swim. And she was
I got
saying,
friends that can't swim, and I'd really be looking like,
but it's like, realistically, if your parents didn't make you go to swimming lessons and teach you, when would you learn, you know?
Yeah.
So she's saying that she wants to take swimming lessons. So it's like, well, I feel like you could never be too good at swimming. You know, it's not like I'm about to join the Olympics. I'm going to come with you.
you join swimming lessons.
Well, I haven't joined. I'm waiting on her to tell me when she wants to do it. But I was like, I'll come with you and we can do it together. I can
love
swim,
that.
but I could swim better. Because when I go to the pool, I get in the pool and I'm like, y'all know I want to dunk my head under the water, but I'm not like breaststroke, side stroke. I'm not doing all that. Like, what? No. So anyway, just trying to do like more activities and finding fun workout classes besides just lifting weights, because
it can get like not fun real quick, but we're going to stay positive.
Yeah.
Because maybe
and I hope
it'll
you guys
become
are working
fun.
out too. If you are, send us some motivation. I don't really want no tips, but just be like, oh girl, I worked out today. Did you? That's enough.
Yeah, that's it. Don't. And if I do post a video, which I probably won't, but if I do, don't be like, oh, the forum is. Shut up, because the fact
Don't
that
you
I'm
hate when people do
the
that?
fact that I'm even in this bitch.
I'm not on here trying
It's
to sell
progress.
fitness classes.
Don't.
I'm just doing this to let y'all know I really did it, and a little bit of accountability, but just a little bit. Like, relax.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So make sure y'all working out, and also make sure you guys are traveling. I'm really excited about Tulum. It is coming up with a quickness. The author of Eat, Pray, Love is going to be the keynote speaker. and the host of a bunch of the different projects that they have going on in Tulum. So October 6th through 10th, Paradise and Vibe will be in Tulum. The last time I checked, there were 10 spots left. So sign up now, and if you don't make it, it's okay, because we're going to Brazil next, and the whole theme for that is play. So it's going to be play, have fun, and it'll be a lot of fun. So go to paradisandvibe.com and sign up. Tell them I sent you.
Yes, and then make sure you sign up for the book club. I mentioned that we're doing in-person events, and we're switching things up a little bit. Not really switching it up. We're adding some things to the book club. So you guys sign up for the month of August. Check the description box. I'll put the title of the book we'll be reading. But yeah, join. And even if you don't read the book, it's okay, because half the time most of the people didn't really finish the book, and it's okay. You'll meet some new girlfriends, and we'll still talk about it. And life gets in the way, but don't be ashamed to show up.
That is my type of club. You gotta do it, but you don't really gotta do it.
Yeah, just if you want to, or you didn't think that the shit was good, we talk about that, and it's okay. And on that note, we are going to move on to weird sex, and then we'll introduce you to our guest for the.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
Okay, so this week's weird sex. Let me ask you something, Medina. Could you be with a man who no longer had his penis?
Absolutely not. Not unless it's like we were already married and in love, and something happened during the thing.
You were in love, not married.
Okay, no.
So there was a man who ended up getting paid because the doctor took his whole penis off, and he didn't have to. So this is what happened. We had a doctor. We didn't have a doctor. We had a patient, and the patient ended up being diagnosed with cancer. And so at first it was like small. Mm-hmm. And so they were like, oh, we've got to take this little piece out, take this little piece out. A series of instances where something was breached. I don't know what it meant. It was a lot of medical jargon. Well, I'm gonna wait for you.
I feel like we're on the side of Oprah Winfrey saying right now. We really are like, someone's getting fired. No.
Hello. Okay, so we're in the middle of a segment. We're gonna finish this segment, and then we'll introduce you. Okay, so I'll just start over. So you guys, this week's weird sex story is about a man who ended up having a major payday after the doctors played with his life and his literal manhood. Okay, could you date a man who didn't have his pee-pee anymore?
Immediately, no.
Why not?
I'm going to cheat on you.
Ooh, well, okay.
And I'm trying to be better.
Okay, well, we're all a work in progress. There was a patient in a hospital in France. A hospital in France. And after a series of alleged errors resulted in unnecessary total removal of his penis, it left him no feeling down south. His penile reparations were decided recently by the administrative court of some other word. Anyway, basically, he found out he had cancer, right? And so he's going to the doctor. The urologist tells him, oh, I think we have to take this out. We have to take this out. Out of a bunch of fuck ups, essentially, they ended up getting rid of the whole thing, right? And then after the fact, they find out that whatever the doctor was doing, they really didn't have to do all of that. He was fucking up. But I'm like, how big was the fuck up? Because $65,000 and you don't have a dick no more is not enough money.
Put it back. Can they put it back? Oh,
so now he said, he was in so much pain while all of these medical procedures are going on. And at one point he wanted to amputate his dick himself because he was in so much fucking pain. Do you know how much pain you have to be in to want to cut off your dick? I mean, I don't have one, but I just imagine wanting to cut off anything or to seal my pussy shut. Like, why would I seal it shut? I want to use this thing. I'm trying to put it on you. Like, I would be upset. So anyway, he's going through all of these issues. He's going through all of this pain. This man is married and he does have 3 kids already. So that's, silver lining, I guess.
I would stay in that case.
Well, yeah, in that case, but everybody ain't married. And at least he did get to have his children and everything already. Well, anyway, they took the man's shit. He was devastated. Duh. He said it's really shameful. I bet we just joked about it. And he said, you can't replace a feeling of a penis with several sensors. So whatever device they gave him to try and like here you go, I don't have a dick anymore, but here's a battery operated AI based penis strap on that you can put on. That's not what they gave him. They just gave him $65,000. And I hope he didn't have to pay taxes on that. That would be rude. But anyway, I'm really sorry that happened to that man. His lawyer, he should probably sue his ass because initially they sued for 1 million euros and the court rejected it.
He needs a better lawyer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to sue your lawyer too. Because, nigga, what the fuck? You couldn't get me even 100,000?
Because that closing argument, that lawyer should have had everybody in there crying, teared up.
And holding on to their private parts. Anyway, thank you guys for sending in that story. We're really sorry to that man. And I hope any of you out there who may have been in a similar situation or just don't have a PP down there, I hope that you're able to find happiness somewhere else.
Now streaming only on BET Plus, a new season of the hit BET Plus original series, All the Queen's Men. Eva Marcel returns as Marilyn, Madame DeVille, the uncompromising owner of exotic dance club Eden.
Madame has enemies closing in from all sides, even from the inside. From nightlife to politics, no one is ready for the rampage Madame has planned to protect her empire. All the Queen's Men, now streaming on BET Plus. Want BET Plus? Visit BET.plus to sign up and learn more. And now we'll get back to the show.
So this week we have Daniella. And Daniella is on the show because she reached out to us. I want to say like last year or maybe the year before.
Yeah.
They're all blending together. Anything post 2020 is 1 year.
And initially we don't really do guests like this, so we're not like, a lot of people reach out and they're like, I think I should be on the show, and normally we're like, immediately no, like this doesn't make any sense. But
Send in your cocktail and call it a day, bitch.
why would we waste money and time on this? But I went back and reread your message, and she is a plus size model. She was like, I feel like plus size women aren't being represented correctly in the dating world, and she was like, I got something to say. And I said, all right, well then, bitch, come on here and say what you need to say. And we're excited to have this conversation with you.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you guys even called me to come because I wasn't expecting it. So this is really good.
Honestly, what sparked it also was because during the time that I reread your message, there was a clip circulating, and we'll talk about it after we play I'm Curious to Know. But there was a clip circulating from tonight's conversation, and I don't know the lady's name, but she was this skinny, beautiful, dark-skinned woman with the afro. I don't know if you saw the clip, but she was basically talking about big girls and how they're easy to use. And
I don't think I saw that particular one, but I've seen that rhetoric so many times.
Yeah, so we'll dive into it after we play I'm Curious to Know.
Ooh, I'm excited. Is this my drink?
Yes. There's a
So that's a
coaster
margarita mule.
Margarita mule.
It's quite tasty. All right. So I'll go first. Daniella, what do you consider cheating?
Ooh, anything that you wouldn't allow to happen. Honestly, I feel like cheating is subjective, really, because you could think that liking a whole bunch of girls' pictures is cheating. Or you can think, oh, okay, well, you had sex with a girl, but, she ain't suck your dick. Yes, that's cheating. You know what I'm saying? People don't really know what it is. So I think if you think it's something that you don't want happening to you, would kind of consider cheating a little bit. Yeah, I think that's what I would say.
Daniella, I'm curious to know, how do you approach trust in a relationship? Do you start with it, or does it have to be earned?
Trust? I don't trust nobody. Dang, that's a hard one because I really don't trust a lot of people early. I definitely don't lead with trust. I will say that. It takes a lot to really break those walls down. And you got to go through some shit first.
Like, what kind of shit?
You gotta prove to me that I can trust you. I gotta put you through the ringer a little bit. I need to see some loyalty. I need us to be kind of exclusive. I need to see you regularly. I need to see that this is something that's happening. And yeah, I might be able to kind of slowly.
So it needs to be earned.
Make the walls down. It definitely needs to be earned for sure.
Okay. Have you ever had sex with a coworker?
That's a good one.
Do you recommend?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You cannot. What do they say? You can't shit where you lay, or you can't
Something like that.
Something like that. But you, no, definitely don't do it because it's gonna cause drama. And if y'all break up, then they stalking you. They know where you work at. Then you can't work there no more. Then you out your bag. Like, no.
Okay. Last one. I'm curious to know, what are your expectations of the person you date?
Ooh. I actually don't really go in with things with too many expectations. The only reason I don't is because that's a way to set yourself up for disappointment. I feel like if you go in and you gotta make sure you call me and you give me a good morning text every single morning. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, and if they fall short, then you're disappointed and you mad. So I try not to go into things with expectations, but I definitely they're non-negotiable. Don't lie to me. Don't be a fraud. Don't flex. You know what I'm saying? That stuff like that. Like, I can honestly read somebody like the moment I meet them. I'm like, you capping like a motherfucker. Like, I can read it. You know what I'm saying? So
Now, I feel like
yeah.
everybody be saying that, and then if you take a look down they
I
path,
don't
you
be
be
saying
like,
that. Because
ma'am.
I be getting got all the goddamn time, and I
Yeah.
be falling for it, and it's just like, well, damn, at least now I got something to tell you guys
Now I
about.
got a story
Because
to
I
tell.
know, I don't. Mm-mm.
All right, Daniella, where are you from?
I am originally born in Germany, but raised in
Oh.
like Decatur, Solman area. So
Do you speak German?
yeah. No.
I know one
I can say
German.
hey.
Okay, I can say "Bist du gut"?
What is that?
It means "How are you doing?"
Okay. How do you say hi?
I like to say hello, or if you get
Hello. Like
Yeah.
that. They go, hello.
hello.
My sister's husband is half German. That's the reason
Oh,
why
that's
I know
how
that.
you know. Okay.
But okay, I think we should start off diving right into confidence dating as a plus size woman.
Oh, confidence in dating. I feel like a lot of plus size girls, we kind of know how this starts with us. Like, a lot of us have been bullied our whole life. Like, let's just put that out there. It comes down to us being pushed in the lockers or called names when we were kids or stuff thrown at us or people not want to be our friends. Then we get older and now you got the cyberbullying. So it's like a constant pressure and it's constant shit talk. It's constant judgments. My whole life, literally since I was 9 up until today. So these are things that can kind of like shoot some confidence down a little bit. So I think that when it comes to dating, people already kind of have this assumption that we're not confident. They assume that, which is why you get those questions like, or you get those comments where they're just like, "You're so confident," and I'm like, why would you say that? You know what I'm saying? I've had guys that have said, I just love your confidence. Like, you're just, I appreciate the confidence, and I feel like it comes from a good part of your heart. But at the same time, why
It's
is
like
that the assumption?
backhanded.
It's backhanded. So why is that the assumption that I'm not confident? Why do you have to mention that? So that always is a play when it comes to the whole dating part. But as far as me, with my confidence is through the roof. I have some days where I slack, where I look in the mirror and I'm just like, dang, girl, lay off the bread this week. You know what I'm saying? So I have my days, I have my months. That's just kind of like a natural thing, I guess. But as far as the confidence, mine is, I feel like at a good level. And I think that has kind of helped me with my dating because I'm just not accepting just anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Did you used to? Like, has your confidence always
raw?
been through the roof?
Nope. It was not. I definitely had lots of depressive moments and lots of tears and lots of, why don't want to be my friend? And why
Revolving
this,
around
you know
your
what I'm
weight, or
saying?
was it other things?
Oh, strictly the weight. So, because the face card don't decline, let's get that right. But as far as the body part, like, that has always been the issue. It's like people already assume, okay, she's a bigger girl. And you always have these assumptions where everybody just thinks that you're not confident or you're only doing this for this. Like, there's always a reason for why we want to date or date the certain people that we want to date. There's always a reason why. And I really hate that. But I don't know. I don't know. It's really not that easy. Like, when I was younger, I definitely wasn't that confident. High school wasn't confident. I really didn't start blossoming until like 26.
What happened to make that change for you to start blossoming and coming into your own?
I got out of a relationship and I was with him for a couple years, and then something just like clicked in me and I was just like, go and have your fun. And this is when I went through like a whole phase. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the whole phase transformed me. I
a good
learned
way?
my body in a good way.
Okay.
I learned my body. I learned what I liked. I learned what I didn't like. I learned stuff with girls, stuff with guys. Like, and this kind of like developed a lot of love for just my body and myself and my sexuality. So I would really say like, yeah, 26. 2016 is when we broke up. So yeah, 26 is probably the year I started.
We here at CockTales are always promoting the hoe phase when people are writing in about their lack of confidence and stuff. It's like sometimes you do need to just go out and explore yourself, figure out what you like, whether you're doing it with somebody else, and stop trying to be on this, oh, I'm getting married tomorrow thing. Like, just explore, live life a little bit, have a little fun.
Because you get in a marriage and then they don't know what they're doing sexually, then you stuck.
Or you've never really found any pleasure and you realize that, oh, I'm only 20 and I've been listening to what everybody else said. The whole phase isn't even just about fucking whoever or whenever. It's just more about becoming an adult.
Yeah.
And starting to make decisions for yourself and exploring things so that you feel better or that you know what you like and what you don't like. Because sometimes you get in that hoe phase and you realize, I don't like being a hoe.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that because the hoe phase is great, but if you don't like the hoe phase, it can have a reverse effect. Now you crying and you wondering why no one respects you, and you need therapy and you sad. So if you feel like you in the hoe phase and it ain't for you, tap out,
Get out.
Leave.
Just get out.
Yeah.
A for effort for trying. But you know you don't like it.
Yeah.
At least you know for yourself.
Because even sometimes when you know you like the hoe phase, you still have some of the moments like, should I calm down?
I'm like, dang, you went hard this week.
But I wanted to try to find that clip because I want you to hear it from tonight's conversation.
While you're looking for it, I don't know what she says exactly in the clip about big girls, but another thing I've heard is like, I feel like it was on a podcast or something, somewhere on the internet. I see this clip. And there's this like whole idea that because a woman is bigger, she's going to absolutely go for whatever as if oh, you found it? Play it.
Okay.
When a man isn't financially confident, he tends to go for bigger women.
True.
Explain.
Because you have to look at when I say go for, I mean, I would think the same way. Like if it's a woman who is saying, okay, who can I get something out of? She might choose the guy who might seem more lame, like women don't really approach him. I think people in our nature are predatory in a way. Like when we're looking to gain something, we tend to look for who would be most likely. So to me, if I'm a guy, I just got out of jail, I got probation fees, I need somewhere to stay, I'm not gonna go for a woman who works out 5 days a week and looks good. I'm gonna go for the bigger girl. I'm gonna say, it's more of a chance that she'll be willing to compromise because deep down inside she feels like maybe she has to compensate for the lack of the aesthetics.
Respectfully, that's probably the most ignorant shit I've ever heard in my life.
So
is that Randy?
That was Randy. What did you think when you saw that?
First of all, I wanted to jump through the screen because the Decatur was about to come out me. I was like, not you looking like that, trying to speak for us. So that's the shit I be talking about because they ain't have not one single big girl on that panel, but y'all asking questions about big girls and the big girl's not there. So why you got the skinny girl?
Well,
nothing against
what's
the skinny
considered
girls.
a big girl? First, can we get that out the way? Like, what weight do you need to be because I might be about to be one.
Dang, I don't know, really. Because we in Georgia, everybody thick.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, what would you consider? Like, if you saw someone
different.
calling them, what's the weight do you have to be a plus size model? We'll base it off of that. Because I know they probably have a weight.
So it's crazy because I know fit models that are like 220, but it's like they hold their weight a different way. So I would probably say like, maybe like a solid like 260 and up, I would say, because I've seen some fit women that are kind of taller that are like 220, 230, but it's because of muscle. So if we're talking size minimum, I would probably say like 260.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then in that clip, the crazy thing is, the beginning of the clip, he said, what kind of women would a man who's not financially stable go after? She put the big women in it. He didn't even say that.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
It was like, okay, they didn't have anybody on the panel, but
that's why. We took her man probably.
But let me ask you this. Have you ever found yourself in, because when people say like outlandish things like this, I always like to know, like, have you ever done that? Have you ever been like, I know that I'm settling? And it be based off of your weight, because I'm trying to understand, like, where would she get something like this from?
Like based off my weight, have I like settled?
Yeah, have you been like, I'm big, so I know I'm not gonna get.
Never.
Okay.
I have never settled. every single guy is like, okay, am I attracted to him? What you got going on? What your pockets looking like? What you trying to do with your future? How many kids you got? These are questions, the same questions that everybody on this couch is asking. I'm asking those same questions. And if you're not meeting those standards, then baby, you can go. Because at the end of the day, I have fun by myself. So I don't have to settle for nobody. So it is so, no, I've never, and it's never, maybe when I was like 12, like, but as a grown adult, no, absolutely not.
Have you ever found that on the flip side, that men or women fetishize you because of your size?
Yep, absolutely.
Like what happened?
Yeah, like what does that look like?
So sometimes I get these questions. Well, I get these comments where they're like, I never liked a big girl, but I like you. Hate that. Backhanded compliment, right?
Oh, that's like the you're pretty for a black girl.
Yeah.
Or you pretty for a brown skinned girl.
Hate it. So you get those comments, and then it's like, it kind of has like a sexual connotation to it behind it as well. So you're already, for me, I'm already peeping it from the jump. Like, okay, he about to call me sexy. He about to say I'm thick as hell like cold grits. He about to say all type of stuff. And now I'm already like okay, all you want to do is just have sex. Yeah, cold grits, girl.
I was like, why would he say that?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I already know off rip, like, okay, this man just want me for sex. I can usually tell immediately, but we are definitely fetishized. So if anyone says that, they're absolutely right. We are fetishized. There are men out there that will just have sex with us. There are men that will have sex with us and never show us off, or will make comments like she makes, but behind closed doors, he's smashing a big girl. So like, these are things that do happen. And even in porn, BBW was one of the most searched like categories. So like, no, we are definitely fetishized. That's not something I'm never going to deny that. But me, please don't fetishize me, and don't mixture my weight at all. Cause why are we doing that?
Have you ever been in a situation where you were dating somebody and you really liked them, and then you realize maybe later on down the line, you just trying to fuck cause I'm big, and you have been fetishizing me this whole time, and you just hit it well?
Yep.
What happened?
So, damn, this is kind of recent. So this guy that I went to college with, okay, dang.
Was he big?
No, he's actually fit. Most of the men that I've dated are like fighters or gym rats, muscular men, which is crazy because they love us. But this guy, I went to college with him, and we had sex in college. It was actually cool because he had a little piercing on his dick. I ain't never seen that before in my life.
Oh.
Yes, I experienced that my freshman year.
How did that feel?
Amazing.
You never experienced it?
No.
It was really, really great.
I think mine was in college too.
It was
I don't
great.
really be liking the men with all the piercings.
I didn't like it.
A ear?
Great. He was
2
ahead of
years?
his time because I think we was like 18.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that was way back in the day. But I do know that we tried to reconnect, and this is when like my modeling started really popping a little bit. So like, he started kind of saying little comments, or I see what you doing, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm just like, oh Lord. But then he started making comments like, damn, I wonder what that's like from the back, or I wonder what this is like. And I'm just like, oh my God, I already know what the fuck he want. We had sex and a nigga went ghost.
Oh damn.
But how do you know it was because of your weight? And the only reason
feel
why
like it
I asked that
was.
is because I feel like women in
could be
general have
wrong.
been in situations where it's like, there have been men that have said things like that to me. We do have sex and I don't hear from you again.
Yeah.
So how do you know when it's like about your weight and when it's not, when it's just niggas doing nigga shit?
Yeah. A part of me feels like it was like something that he wanted to try out in a sense. Also with guys who have never ever dated a plus size girl before. Why are you starting now?
So you asked that question. Like, have you ever dated a plus size?
I need to know because I'm curious about that. Like, I don't want you to fetishize me. I don't want to be your guinea pig. Like, well, let me try this out, and then I'm back to what I usually like. That's not what we're doing over here. So you can kind of like usually tell like what type of time they on for sure.
Yeah, that would piss me off.
Would you be like, do you think some women like being fetishized?
I think some do, because I've listened to experiences that people have, and in my head I'm like, that nigga was fetishizing you, and I'm getting upset, but then I realize the person who's telling the story, they're loving it and they're loving the attention and all of that. So I'm like, okay, well, this is time to shut the fuck up and mind your business, because if you like it, you like it. And I do think, some people do. What you think?
I definitely think some people like it. I was gonna like say, well, there's porn, but they maybe don't like it. They maybe just need to check.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah,
I think there are a lot of women. plus size girls, because I can't speak for everyone, so I do know that there are, you know, plus size women that do struggle with their confidence, that probably do go for guys that only want to have sex with them. You know, I realize that could possibly be an option. I've had conversations with other girls where that is what it is. So I think it has a lot to do with the confidence thing, where maybe they're just not used to it, or maybe they feel like they're not worthy of it, so they're okay with being fetishized. Even the whole BBW thing, I don't like being called that, but some girls like to be called BBW. For me, that you fetishizing me because you type BBW in X videos, what you getting? So I don't like to be called BBW, but there's a lot of girls that do. They don't really care about what's behind that. So I absolutely believe that some girls do like that. That's a little bit of attention that they probably, not used to getting.
What type of porn? Going to little pool gatherings or just little party gatherings and being the life of the party. Like, I'll stop and get the drinks, but it's not really me stopping to get the drinks. I ordered the drinks, and it looks like I stopped at the gas station and got them, but nope, Drizzly came through.
Met you at the door. Let me tell you, the last time I had like a little get together with friends and they came over, actually what happened was we did run to the store. I had already used Drizzly to deliver some alcohol, but more people showed up and we were just having such a great time. We needed more, and we didn't want to send anybody out in the middle of the function. We're like trying to enjoy the moment. So we just pulled out the Drizzly app, made that order, and it was there in under an hour. And that's another thing I like, because sometimes, when you're ordering stuff, it's like a 2 to 4 hour window, 6 hours later, and it's like, I'm gonna be asleep. That's not convenient at all.
Also, another convenience about Drizzly, compare prices at different shops before they actually pick them up.
Yeah, and you can see which store it is, so and you see how far it is. You track the driver in the app. Everything is really, really easy. I love delivery apps, and the fact that this one is bringing wine and tequila, vodka, and even the other mixers that you might need. It's not always alcohol that you're looking for. It could be anything. It's right there in the Drizzly app. So if you go to drizzly.com, that's DRIZLY.com, or download the Drizzly app, you too can find the convenience of Drizzly.
Just the getting.
What type of porn do you watch?
I know you're not about to say you don't watch it.
I do every day.
So what you like?
Wow, y'all not gonna judge me?
No, I watch old lady porn.
I like anime porn.
Really? I've never met a person in the wild who does that.
I do. I like.
Do you have a certain cartoon that you like, or like any of it?
It's called Futanari.
What's that?
It's like it's like girls. It's like you get these cartoon character girls, but then they have like these massive dicks, and they're like this big, and then they're like this thick, and it's like doing like crazy things to who they're having sex with. So it's just like, I can't really explain it. It's like,
are they different 3D races, or are they all like Asian with the spiky hair?
Sometimes they purple, sometimes they're Elsa, sometimes they're Wonder Woman.
Okay, they just throwing the Disney characters in there.
I tried to Google it, and it's like you need to sign into Google Chrome because everything has the little eye thing on it. You can't see this, so I'll check it out later.
Yeah,
that is.
You're probably like, oh my God, who do we have on this show?
I mean,
Now I want everybody to know this question. This was brought to us by our guest. Because I wasn't sure why this was on here. Can big girls successfully date 6-figure men and celebrities?
Yes. You want to know how?
I want to know why that was a question.
So that question was because of that clip. So I wanted to kind of piggyback off of that one, because she stated that basically we're not. The only men who aren't financially stable are the ones that come to us because they don't have anything. And that's absolutely untrue. My bills most of the time are paid by men. You know what I'm saying?
Blessing.
That's just the truth. Like, I've dated NFL stars, I've dated rappers, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't understand why that was even brought up with her. And even other clips that I've heard about us not being worthy of 6-figure men. Like, how? Who said that? Who made that up? There are actual men out there. There's men out there that actually like us without having some type of motive behind it. They're like, no, I like my girl's juicy, and I make 6 figures, and I'm gonna help her pay her bills. Like, this really out there. I mean, we in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's
like a
basically
favorite couple, celebrity couple that's like, I mean, anybody could be big, both of them, or the girl or the guy. that you're like, I love them, and he be loving on her in public?
So there is this couple that works out together. I cannot think of their Instagram name, but I adore her because she is literally shaped like me, and her husband is like 6'4", muscular, chiseled, six-pack, chocolate. I'm like, damn, fine. You know what I'm saying? And he loves the hell out of her. I don't know. Y'all had to have seen like a viral clip of like a guy who like flipped her up and then kind of like turned her around like it's like a gym clip that they had.
I haven't seen it, but I avoid gym content up until about 2 weeks ago. I look at food all day on Instagram. I look at food and nail designs and like kitchen hacks.
Yeah.
So
kitchen hacks. I didn't think about that one.
Another thing that you put on here though was about sex positions. I was thinking about it too because last night we did a class where we were doing like a dick riding class, and I was thinking about like some of these positions ain't gonna work with a little dick. What are some of your favorite positions, and then what's some stuff where you wish niggas would stop trying it with you?
Oh wow. The whole like trying to put us to the side and then they put their legs like in between yours, almost, you know how girls like bumping, like they bumping coochies a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like a man trying to do the same. Don't do that. I got my thighs is not going to work. You're not going to get all the way down there. So that position is not going to work.
Like, you do not have the futanari dick.
Come on. You got to have a dick that's big enough to be able to do that. And
you're not gonna get back there. It's just like if your booty too big.
But when they do try it, do they realize, okay, this ain't gonna work, or they just keep trying?
They keep trying it, and it's more pleasurable for them than it is for myself. So I'm just like, go ahead and do what you need to do, get your little pumps in, but we need to go ahead and flip this over because this not working. It's not. But the position that I would say I like the most, of course, would be doggy style, because I just feel like I feel like a man just feels like a man when he hitting it from the back. He's like, yeah, I'm getting this shit right here. Then they see in the ass and they like, yeah, So I feel like that's good for both myself, both for the guy, and they kind of know how to like lift up the ass cheek a little bit because you got to do that with the big butts. You can't just go in. You got to lift. And you got to kind of like push up and thrust in there. Love that.
Now, what if he's like, I want you to ride my face? Can we still climb on top and ride faces?
Absolutely.
Or are we nervous? Because I'd be nervous.
You got strong legs because when I get on a nigga's face and he's talking about riding, I'm like, oh my God, if you die, I don't even know your mama. How I'm going to explain this to anybody? I smothered you with my pussy.
Now I got to move to Mexico. I have no idea why men love that, because for me, I'm just like, damn, you might die today, and I don't want to be the person that does that to you. But when
you do it, what are you doing? Because like, are you holding up on something?
Are you lifting up a little bit, or are you just
your leg? You got mag knees? Because I have trouble, and I'm just asking for tips for myself, really.
So I always make sure that I have something to hold on to. I have a headboard, so that's always really good for me to kind of put my hand on top of it, and then I'm able to kind of like hold my weight up. And then he goes in. But then mostly, like, his arms will hold your thighs enough to where you don't have to put so much pressure on your knees. So definitely have to have something that you're holding on to while you're doing that.
And you got to be a little strong, too, to hold me up.
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
He need to be strong to hold me up. You
For
can't
sure.
Just be not.
I can't do it without holding something, though.
If I feel like you're not strong enough to do it, I'm not even doing it. Like, this is embarrassing for both of us.
Yeah, now I'm just feeling sad. Let's see, what else? What are some dates? So you also said something about like dates and embarrassing moments. And what are some things that maybe the average person might not think would be inappropriate or just inconsiderate with somebody who's bigger?
Oh, so certain things, let's just call it what it is. Sometimes we a little too thick for certain days. It's just the truth. You can't take me to East Ponce on the little, the little games that's on top of the rooftop.
At Ponce City Market?
Yes, you know the thing you got to pull yourself up with?
I haven't been there in a while.
It's like a ride on top of East Ponce. It's
you
like
gotta
on
pull
the rooftop.
yourself up?
You gotta sit in the seat, and then you gotta pull the pulley, and you pulling yourself up.
Why does anybody want to do that on a date? That sounds like the gym. But I don't know. I haven't been.
What do you do when you pull yourself out?
Do you ring a bell? Do you get a prize?
Nope, no prize. It's just supposed to be fun.
So somebody took you to do that date?
Yep.
And did you do it?
Did you slap him?
So this is my ex. This is actually super crazy. So this is my ex situation. So we were there as on a couple's date, and I saw
wait,
a ride.
He was your boyfriend.
He was my boyfriend.
Already.
Okay,
and he remained your boyfriend after.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just. I Our clarity.
Yes. So we went to the place. We were like, it was like a couples type of date. And I saw the ride from the corner of my eye. I said, bitch, we're not getting on that. So we did everything else. We had some drinks. We did the cute little games where you squirt. It was like carnival games. So I had fun. So then everybody's like, let's get on the ride. And I'm just like,
was your boyfriend the main person like, yeah, let's.
Come on, baby, let's go.
Yeah, he was actually. Now that I think about it. And the whole time I'm like, this nigga don't remember he dating a big bitch. Like, I'm like, we not getting on this ride. Like, this is not gonna work. So like the whole time I'm like, this was my excuse. I'm like, I'm afraid of heights. So I don't want to get on the ride. So, but my ex is a bit of a narcissist, so he didn't really hear what I was saying.
He wasn't aware enough
to like
recognize.
Very much a narcissist, y'all. I'm in therapy for that right now. But yeah, so we start going around it's like a circle around it as you kind of go up to the front, and I'm just like the whole time like kind of tugging at him like I'm afraid of heights. I don't want to get on. I don't want to get on. I don't want to get on. And he's just like, no, come on, like it's gonna be fun. I'm just like begging him because I already know I'm about to embarrass the fuck out of myself. Yeah. So we get to the ride, y'all, and I could not get in the ride. I sat in it, but my butt literally was like over the seat. And I was just like, I fucking told you.
Now I gotta get up.
And I had to sit on the motherfucking sidelines and watch y'all play this corny ass game.
Yeah, I would be pissed.
I was so pissed,
that was
y'all.
the first thing I thought of. Not Ponce City Market, but theme parks.
Yes.
Because the number of times you've seen somebody at a theme park have to take that walk of shame when they can't fit in the ride. And that's embarrassing for everybody. And I just look down, but it's like, imagine if that's you going through that. Why would you invite somebody to do something like that where is a risk?
And you don't necessarily have to even be a plus size girl. You can just be somebody that got a big ass.
Yeah, or some big ass titties.
You know what I'm saying? You can't get on a ride. Like those rides they wasn't created for us, basically. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even have to be a big girl to be like, no, I'm not getting in that. My ass is too big.
What was the conversation after that? Like, did you address it or did you just move on?
I addressed it. And then, of course, it was a huge argument. Like, why didn't you tell me that was the reason why you didn't want to get on the ride? And I'm like, why the fuck would I admit that?
You were blind.
Had he dated a big girl before?
Yes.
Okay. That's wild that somebody...
That's so inconsiderate.
I feel like I don't even have to be dating. It could be a group of friends out. And if we're going to do something where it's like someone could be embarrassed by whatever it might be.
And even if you don't know, like if I'm expressing it to you and you continue to like ignore what I'm saying or you think that it's not a serious thing or a big deal, that's when I'm pissed because I'm verbally telling your ass, I don't want to get on this motherfucking ride.
And now you're just ignoring
me. So yeah.
Was he a nice boyfriend to
No.
you? Okay, and this is not someone that we settled for because I just like to make sure we all making sense. This
is an ex that makes six figures.
That got nothing to do with anything.
But did you find that you were settling in with how he was treating you, not about the money part?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep, absolutely.
And was he that way from the jump, or did it switch up?
No. So we hadn't known each other for 12 years, went to college together and everything. So like, it was kind of like we already knew each other very well.
Y'all were friends.
We were friends, but we were like fuck buddies. But as soon as we decided to take it up another notch, that's when shit got real and I started to really like pay attention because now when I was just seeing him as a friend at first. I didn't really care about learning about anything else, but our relationship now I have to, I'm really looking at how you're treating me. And I was just like, this is not the same nigga.
Why did you decide to get in a relationship with him before you decided to kind of get to know him on a romantic level first?
The six figures.
Because a part of me felt like I already... probably, but a part of me felt like I already did know him in a way, and I didn't. And I realized as I was going through the relationship that I didn't. And it's just because I had that history, but in reality, it was just surface level shit. And that's why I got in the relationship. And he had the best dick I ever had in my life, so that also added in there. I was a little dickmatized.
And then like, with how he was treating you, what was he doing that wasn't nice? Did you find him to be controlling? Was he disrespectful, name calling?
All three.
Oh.
Yeah. The yelling.
How long were y'all together?
About a year. Well, I wouldn't even say a year because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8 months.
And then what was the catalyst for you guys to end things?
The ride situation.
Okay.
His response to it was like the most hurtful thing in the world, because I was like, I'm trying to express to you as your girlfriend in the nicest way that you doing this hurt my feelings and you didn't listen. I don't want it to happen again. It was more so, why the fuck didn't you tell me that was the reason? I'm like, whoa.
I would have been mad at
big
her. Because first of all,
Like-
even if I was the other girl with the date, I'm getting off the ride. We're just not riding the ride.
Does
No one's
nobody
riding
see
the
this?
ride.
Nobody see
Everybody
what's
get the
going
fuck
on?
off the ride. Fuck this ride.
It was real low key. My friends didn't see it. It was real low key. They didn't know until they got off the ride. And it was just like, did you have fun? I said, bitch, I wasn't on the ride. So like, I ended up having to tell them what happened. They were just like, that's so fucked up. And we ended up leaving the guys that night and did our own thing. But yeah, they didn't even know. It was real low key.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, but I'm
It's
glad
okay,
that you're
girl.
in therapy.
It's okay.
And we've been saying it all day. It's always about growth and getting better. And good luck with that. On that note, we're going to move on to Indecisive Diane, and she's going to have a fun date idea that is appropriate for everyone. And then when we come back, we're going to you're going to help us answer some advice questions, and then we'll share cocktails.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, it's me, Diane, and guess what? It's time for you to travel. Go to paradiseandvibe.com and sign up for Brazil. It's gonna be so much fun. Bring your friends, bring your bae, bring anyone you want, or come alone. It'll be fun. See you there in February. Bye.
Okay. All right. And we are back from Indecisive Diane, and it is time for the advice. Remember, if you have a question that you want to ask us on the show, you can email us advice@cocktailspod.com. Not the DMs. Advice@cocktailspod.com.
Okay, this first one is titled Advice, Please. Hello, ladies. I genuinely love your podcast. And she put this in bold. Please keep my name private because I do not spill my sex beans. We gonna keep all y'all private, first of all. Everybody be saying it like we about to be like, hey, her name is
Shantae from Alabama.
Right.
Okay. I'm 35 years old and I have had numerous partners in relationships, been engaged and even had a child. I have only come one time and I've been fucking since I was 16. I've started to explore masturbation and cannot come from the rose. I've started to explore porn videos that my partner has sent me or we've made together and other things to turn myself on. I cannot submit to the sensations and feelings from whatever is going on down there. I've actually been honest with my recent partner and he's somewhat been trying to get me there and I don't last. It just feels like too much. I've gotten to a point where I can find pleasure without actually coming. Any advice on how to get out of my head and allowing myself to finally feel this pleasure I'm missing out on?
I was just about to say that she was in her head. It's not physical at all. It's all mental, because I think that she's kind of going into it already with this thought that she's not going to come, so she's not going to come. Mm-hmm. So I think it's all a mental thing that she has going on right there. The whole only came one time, like that is bananas to me. So and she's also not coming from the rose, girl. 5 minutes from the rose. What y'all mean? So no, my advice to her is to definitely get out of her head. I would advise to do something that can kind of calm her spirits down to where she can kind of ground herself. Meditating really helps to kind of get my mind in a focused place, to where only thing I'm focusing on is coming. And I think that what she's doing while she's having sex is she's not even focusing on the sex. I think she's somewhere else.
I also think that you have to remember that all of us are different. So like people praise the rose and a lot of people love the rose. I'm not the biggest rose person. And I do like clit stimulation. So you might want to explore other toys. You might not be a girl who likes that sensation on your clit, or it may be physical and too intense. Because sometimes some of these toys be hurting, to be honest. So you need to explore other things. I would say start with your hand, actually, and just start touching yourself and seeing what kind of sparks something. And then if you want something more intense, then graduate to the toys. I think you need to relax, breathe, calm down, and don't think that what you see in porn or how people can be really dramatic with their exaggerations about what's happening when they're coming and stuff. It's not always like that, and everybody's gonna do it different. Focus on feeling good and just releasing and not thinking, oh, it hasn't happened yet, or how long is it gonna take, all of that. Let that go and just relax and really concentrate on what you're feeling and what your thoughts are, and just think about how good you feel. Maybe tell yourself some affirmations or something.
Also, I would just add in, all those things are great. I'm going to tell you to go to viahemp.com and get the High on Love gummy. And it might help to get some things released in your body that need to be released for you to come. And then also, people be playing with foreplay. Foreplay as long as you need to foreplay.
Yeah.
Because it be feeling good.
Yeah. It really does. And I think sometimes people rush it. Just because your pussy is wet does not mean that you're on the verge. Like, calm down.
Yeah,
everybody,
just because he might be ready, you're not ready yet. Baby, it's not right. It's not preheated.
Warm it up. This is an old school Buick. It's going to take a minute.
This is a big body.
Okay? Yeah.
This is an old classic, baby. It's a Chevette. All right.
Anyway, good luck, girl. Okay, this one's not too long. Okay, so the subject says, love myself enough to get what I want. Hey, Kiki and Medina. That is not how you spell our names, but okay. I like your professional opinions. Professional podcast opinions? Okay, girl. What? You know we not therapists, right?
I feel so good right now. Thank you.
You do know that. Okay. I've been madly in love with my husband forever until COVID. Damn.
Oh, damn.
His sex drive and enthusiasm is low, and he's become verbally abusive. This is not where I thought this was going.
You need to write into someone else.
We are not professionals. Let me just say that. We're going to listen. I'm going to give you, we giving homegirl advice, but you got to contact BetterHelp or talk to, I'm not even playing. Yeah. Because what the fuck? Okay. His sex drive and enthusiasm is low, and he's become verbally abusive to the point of our 3 children becoming aware of his behavior. Maybe even the startings of alcoholism. Oh, shit. I've prayed for my marriage to work and have even included therapy. I work part-time around everyone's schedule, so this keeps me dependent financially. Damn. I've asked him to talk to his doctor for low testosterone, or start exercising and stop drinking so much. I just need more, and I've been asking for this for 2 years. In the last 6 months, I've been communicating to him that I'd like to tap someone in, asking for him to allow me to have a sexual relationship with someone else. He gave me a hard no. Now, I want you to think about what you just wrote us, because you already told us this man was abusive.
That's why I was like, I'm
alcoholic,
and he ain't do something else.
Okay. Recently, you are taking us on a ride, because I don't know where this is going. Okay. Recently, I've connected with a gentleman that I knew 17 years ago platonically. We've had daily conversations, and we've both learned that we genuinely like one another. After 3 months, I invited him to meet me on a business trip.
This is someone else. Not her husband.
This is somebody she knew for 17 years, and they were just homies. Okay. He accepted the invitation. We had an amazing time. He's open to doing the sexual things that my husband will not. Additionally, he's even challenged me to try things that I've wanted to, but not vocalized. He's very dominant, and that scares me a little, and I enjoy that. He lives in Oklahoma. I do not. Handsome, successful, and very open with me about other women that he's dating, which I requested to know. We are at month 7. And he's recently started asking and requiring more info into my personal life. He feels that my husband's verbal abuse is ending our marriage with or without him being in the picture. A few months ago, I told him that I didn't feel comfortable sharing that with him. I love him, but not in love. I have no idea of how compatible we are since we only spent 2 trips together. He recently bought my ticket to visit him in July. This is late advice, I guess. I think I want to find out. I only want to date him I only want to date for him for marriage because I'm not trying to share all of that man. Lastly, when he goes down on me, I've came on his face 2 times. When we are fucking/making love, I've gushed at least 20 to 30 times. The bed is soaked. He also shared that I gave him the best and most sensual top ever and best coochie grip. I didn't even know I had skills because they are underutilized in my marriage. Give it to me, girls. P.S. How can I find Gigi the astrologist that was on your show? Thank you, ladies. I love you both.
What is
Y'all
her
go
question?
ahead. I don't know what she
What's
wanted
her question?
She
I'm
wanted
confused.
our take on everything she just said. And I feel like you need to seek help. And I'm saying this not even trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? You being abused at home, so you're trying to cheat. You're about to get everybody killed.
Yeah.
This sounds like an episode of Snapped.
Yeah, do you watch that show?
might
Do
wanna
you
watch
listen
this
to
on
true
TV.
crime? Like, I'm scared for you because you playing with fire.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you straight. You fucking tripping. First of all, what I thought you were gonna ask us about was leaving your husband. If he's abusing you, that shit is never okay. Verbal, emotional, financial, all that stuff. You need to get your skills together. You worry about your coochie grip. If you're not about to start selling pussy, then stop worrying about that. You need to get some job skills so that you and your babies can be all right, like Beyonce said. But you working part-time, so this is not giving Beyonce.
Priorities
You need to
jacked up.
figure out a plan so that you can exit this situation. You're saying that you're going to therapy as if you're just going to keep going to therapy and eventually it'll get better. The man has a problem. And if it's alcohol, that is hard to get through. It's not that it's impossible, but if he doesn't even see a problem, like, girl, you got kids.
gonna get
Think
worse.
about your kids. Do you want to be a victim on a true crime special? Do you want to be a victim on Snap? That's the reality that you need to consider. And you playing with fire with this nigga that you don't know because y'all done went on 2 work trips and y'all be fucking or whatever. Like, I'm sure that that's probably really fun for you because your husband isn't doing what you want him to do, but you got bigger fish to fry. You're dependent on a man who doesn't treat you well, and your kids know it. And think about how that's going to have an effect on your kids, what they witness you stay in. Would you want that cycle to repeat with your kids? Because I don't know how old they are, but they might start to think that that kind of shit is normal or that kind of shit is acceptable. I'm not playing with you, girl. You need to get some real help and get a real plan. And don't write us again about this, and don't contact Gigi. You need to be talking about work. Maybe you do need to contact Gigi so she can tell you what I said. I'll figure it out. Her name is Gigi Richardson. I don't know why y'all can't find her.
I think it's like everybody keeps asking, like, go to Samaya's page. She posts her all up and down and
search
tag.
CockTales. Gigi the astrologer. I think her name is I Am Living Aligned or
Y'all
something.
act like
I don't
we
know.
got Gigi on speed dial. I ain't talked to Gigi since
Like
5 years ago. Go to Samaya's page and find the clip. I'm not finding it for you. Leave me alone.
Either. And get on Indeed. And you did me and start working on some job skills for real.
And y'all
because
asking for Gigi's at. You better be booking her. I hate people
know
asking.
that's
You be like,
right.
did you ever book the person? No, I just.
Then what the
Why
fuck you
you
have
was
me
searching
wasting
for
time
her?
searching for you? Anyway, you didn't upset me. But I am sorry that you're going through this, and I hope that you find happiness
Trying
and
to
peace.
soften your
Yeah,
voice.
I do, because I was hard. But I do hope that you take that, and you know, I'm saying it because I care. I don't like to see people going through that, and I think about the vicious cycle, and that's not something to play with.
When you try to, and I'm not even talking about you, sis. It's not funny. Get help. But when you switched the tone of your voice, it reminded me of Sweet Brown when she was like, "Well, I went outside to give me a cold pop." And she tried to sound. Okay.
Anyway,
it is time for the CockTales. We are almost at.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe,
CockTales. We are almost out of time. So, Daniella.
Yes.
Hopefully, you have a great cocktail to share with us.
Oh, I do. This is going to be really fun. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, you guys know that anime Futanari is kind of like my whole thing, right?
Now we do.
Yeah, now you guys know. So, I have this thing with like role playing and cosplay. Like, I like to step outside of myself a little bit. And y'all, I had this fetish of fucking a dude while he was wearing a Michael Myers mask.
Oh, that actually sounds kind of sexy.
And it happened for me, and it was really, really great.
Did he already have the mask? Or did
right,
you
like how did this happen? Walk us through how this happened, because like it was in his backpack.
It was ordered.
Okay, so you ordered it.
Yeah,
And you
it
were
was
like, I
ordered.
want you to put this on. I want to try something new tonight, baby.
Yeah. And
Was he scared
down.
at first?
A little bit. Like, you want me to do what? He's like, okay. Because I'm like, no, I want you to do that. And I want it to be like real aggressive. And I want you to embody Michael Myers and his killer instincts because you're about to kill the pussy. So that's what I wanted. And he definitely showed the fuck out.
Did he chase you from the parking lot? Like, how did it? Because I
Like,
would
how
want
far
all
did
of
the
it.
role
Like, I
play
want to
go?
look out the window and it's like, dun, 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 dun,
Maybe a little
dun,
music
dun,
and a
dun,
little
dun,
fog machine for dramatic effect.
And you're trying to grab your keys and you're like,
We had a knife.
Ooh!
fake knife.
It was real.
Okay.
But he didn't like stab me or anything like that. It was one of those like kind of drag it down the body a little bit. It was really, really hot, y'all. And I had like a little schoolgirl skirt on because I had that from like some years back. I'm like, I'm about to pull this bitch out. And it kind of fit like the schoolgirl. You know how the little girl was like getting killed back in the old Michael Myers movies? And yeah, you know, it was I recorded it too.
Well, I ain't never tried that.
I've never tried that either.
Nah,
And I
it's
feel like she
great.
left out so many details, but we don't even have time.
I'm glad that it gave you what you needed, girl. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You guys can find me at Daniella the Creator. Which camera I'm looking at? This one? Okay, cool.
You're looking at this one.
You guys can find me at Daniella the Creator. That's on Instagram. On TikTok is Daniella Creator. I also have a website, which is www.daniellethecreator.com. But you guys can check me out on Instagram because that's where I'm mainly at.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for
and
having
sharing
me.
your experiences.
Thank
You guys
you.
make sure you check the description box of the episode today for the links and everything that we talked about. You don't have to ask us. I put it in there for you. Follow us on Instagram. We're at CockTales Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean D.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.